Thanks for joining me today for a Vinyasa flow practice. My name is Britlin, and I'm excited to take you through something that hopefully adds a little bit of challenge and energy to the rest of your day. So we're going to start in a seat. With Vinyasa flows, sometimes or oftentimes we'll end up moving with the breath. So being really connected to your inhales and your exhales is very important, truly, anytime you're on your mat. So just get into a comfortable seat and let your eyes close. Maybe open your eyes if you want to say hello to Yo-Yo the cat really fast. Hi, cutie. And then let your eyes close again. And deep breaths. Maybe a couple exaggerated exhales just to settle in for the practice. And then the breath that I'll ask you to try and find throughout the whole time that we practice today is deep inhales through your nose and exhales out through your nose. So for the most part, we'll keep the mouth sealed. Unless you start to feel like you're really building heat or you're in a moment of challenge, then maybe you open your mouth and exhale with exaggeration and let some of that go. It may be helpful to bring a hand to your belly. And as you breathe in, see if you can make your belly expand first. Using our entire diaphragm to breathe, our breath will become deeper. And nice and slow is a great way to go about this. Breathing in, maybe counting your inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And counting your exhale out, 1, 2, 3, and 4. A few more rounds of breath. All right, now from your seat, you may start to gently find some movement in your body. Possibly rolling your shoulders up and then down your back. Maybe you're reaching your arms up overhead, stretching out. There's really no right or wrong way to start exploring. But the goal is to take it easy so that you're bringing your breath with you. You could find some gentle neck rolls. Releasing tension from the neck and shoulders. It's definitely a practice to get into on the daily. As humans, we like to store some of our tension and our stress in that part of the body. So we'll do our best to release it rather than add to it. All right, if you haven't yet, reach your arms up overhead, deep breath in. And exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat, tent your fingertips, and reach your right arm up and over. Short side body stretch, take one more breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale as you reach up, extend. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, reach up and over. Deep breath in. And exhale, back to center. Hands can rest. All right, so keeping your breath with you throughout this practice, make your way into a tabletop position. It's very important that if your breath does leave you or it starts to get shallow, your body is challenged, go ahead and take a resting pose. You can come into a seat or a child's pose or anything that feels like you can just catch your breath there. Now from your tabletop, we'll do a few cats and cows, getting into the spine. So inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tailbone, chest presses forward. Exhale, spine up towards the sky. Inhale, cow pose. Stretch the front side of your body. Exhale, cat pose. One more time through. Beautiful. Now, turn your fingers to face towards your knees, so the inner parts of your wrists are towards the front of your mat. And just a little rock back and forth. Now keep in mind that your yoga practice can look much different than what I offer today. So sit out on whatever doesn't feel right or modify it with a different shape. Just do your best. Your pace doesn't have to be the same as what I am giving today. So make this work for you. Slowly start to move your hands back to normal and then walk your hands about a handprint forward. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back. We're in down dog. Start to find some movement. Wake up your hamstrings by bending one knee and then the next. Lengthening your spine in down dog is the goal. So your knees may bend to help you do that. And then engage your low belly. See if you can lift your hips up even higher. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, maybe open mouth. Inhale, bend your knees even more. Look to the front of your mat. Exhale, start to walk up to the front. Arriving in a forward fold. Make sure all your toes are facing forward. And just let your upper body relax. Now your knees can be slightly bent or they could be really bent, allowing your upper body to rest over your thighs. Nod your head yes. Maybe you gently shake it no. Nothing wrong with movement if it's intentional. So if continuing to sway the upper body or bend one knee and then the other is beneficial to you, then stay with your breath and move in the way that your body prefers. All right, we will come to stillness now. Forward fold. Now your next breath in, halfway lift. Press your hands to your shins or your thighs, just not on your knees, and extend as much as you can through your spine. Shoulder blades squeeze together, deep breath in. Exhale and release. Now the rest of those will just be one breath, so we'll practice that. Next inhale, halfway lift, fully extend. Exhale, release down. Inhale, slight bend in your knees, core engaged, rise all the way up. Standing tall, arms reach up. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right, just take a moment to notice your feet pressing into the mat. Maybe you lift your toes and set them back down. A moment to ground in, recognizing still yet we are on the mat, ready for a practice. Ready to allow some challenge into our experience today. It is not a bad thing. So inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, have a seat, chair pose. So like you're sitting back in a chair, take a look down. Make sure you can see your toes in front of you. If not, pull the hips further back in space. Now your low belly is pulling towards your spine. Chest is open as you reach your arms up. Reach through your fingertips. And at any point, if you need, your arms could rest and come down, hands at heart center, if this allows the breath to move more freely. Now maybe sit a little bit lower, add some challenge if you can. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands on the mat. Step your feet back to a plank pose. Plank is knees lifted or possibly knees lowered down. Either way, pressing firmly through your hands, arms are engaged, shoulders are lifting up. Low belly pulls to your spine. Core work all class. Now take a deep breath in and exhale, lower all the way down. Doing your best to move with control. If it doesn't happen today, I know with practice it will. Now untuck your toes. Engage your legs so that your knees lift off of the mat, but your toes and your feet are down. Hands under your shoulders, elbows pull together. Take an inhale and just lift your chest. Baby cobra. Exhale and release. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale and lift. Maybe you put more weight in your hands, lifting a little bit higher. Shoulders away from ears. Still breathing. Take another inhale. Exhale. Release. Tuck your toes under. Lift to a plank pose. And then nice and strong back to down dog. From here, bend your knees, look between your hands, take a deep breath in. Exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. You could take big steps, little steps, maybe you hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, have a seat, chair pose. Engaging through your thighs as if you're squeezing something between them. Super active. Press down firmly through your feet. Maybe you sit a little bit lower. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back to plank. Now this time we flow. If you have a variation that you like to do, go for it. Otherwise you can follow along with me. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. Right away, inhale, cobra pose, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes under, move all the way back, down dog. There's many variations to that flow, so do what feels best to you. Now from here, inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, use your core as you lift, stand up tall. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, last one. Maybe you sit lower than before. Maybe you choose to rest your arms, opening up through your chest. So you aren't leaning forward or rounding your spine, but stay nice and lengthened out. Holding here for 3, 2, still breathing, 1, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, your flow. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Nice job. Now, at this point, we'll take a few breaths. You stay in a down dog if you'd like to build more heat, or maybe you lower to a child's pose, or just to a seat back on your heels if you need a rest. Take a few breaths. All right, the rule in yoga is really there's no rules, but if you're resting, you stay as long as you need and just come back whenever you're ready. So if you are ready, we'll meet in a down dog. And on an inhale, right leg lifts up. As you exhale, stack your hips. Begin to roll your hips open. As if you could reach your right knee up towards the ceiling, you can let your leg bend. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back through center. Inhale, lengthen through your leg. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Step your foot between your hands. Do your best to get your foot all the way forward. It's super common to not make it there on the first try, so no worries. But make sure your ankle is underneath your knee. Good. From here, tent your fingertips, lengthen through your spine. Runner's lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, little back bend, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tent your fingertips. Keep your right foot where it is and step your left foot back. So you're back in your runner's lunge. Knee over ankle. Engage your core, and on an inhale, lift your upper body. Crescent lunge. Core work here. Low belly pulls to the spine. You've got this. Try to straighten through your back leg. And if your feet are too far apart, if you're feeling too much challenge, shorten your stance a little bit and see if that helps. One more deep breath in. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Lower your back knee down. And with fingers tented, move your hips back into half splits. So you're straightening through your right leg. I have a bend in my knee. It doesn't have to be fully straight. But you're searching for sensation, a stretch in the hamstring. Pull your right hip back. Flex your right toes. Deep inhale. Exhale. Move into your lunge. Now inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands lower to the mat. Lift your back knee. Plant your hands, step back to plank pose, and flow. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling for a back bend. Exhale, down dog. All right, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stack your hips, start to roll open. You might find movement while you're here. Maybe it's twirling your ankle or spreading your toes. One more deep breath. Exhale, come back through center. Extend your leg. Inhale. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Do your best to bring your foot forward. Grab behind the ankle if you need to pull it even further. You got this. Remember, go at your pace. Fingers are tented. You're in a runner's lunge. Extend through your spine. Deep inhale. Exhale. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Elbows pull back. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tent your fingertips. Now, left foot stays where it is. Right foot steps all the way back. When you're ready, inhale and rise. Crescent lunge. Now, this is definitely a balancing pose, so there is no shame if you're wobbling. If it takes a moment to find your balance, or if balance is just something eluding you all day, there is no problem. Let yourself find some playful energy here. Smile on your face, especially if you're wobbling. Straighten your back leg. Engage your core and take an inhale. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes and gently move back, half splits. Hamstring stretch. Left hip pulls back. Left toes flex towards your body. Deep breaths. If your breath ever starts to get a bit lost, of course you can take a resting pose if that's what's needed. Or I encourage you, focus on your exhales, trying to make sure those are really complete. Releasing tension from the body. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we'll move back into the low lunge. Planting firmly through your left foot, this helps with balance. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to the mat, lift your back knee, step to a plank pose, and either travel through a flow or skip it if you'd prefer. Following your breath, we'll meet back in a down dog. Remember, just doing your best. You don't have to feel strong and amazing through this entire video. You just have to feel like you've done what you can and listen to your body. All right, from here, knees bend, look between your hands, and make your way to the front of your mat. Once you arrive, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Now, slight bend in the knees. Let your arms hang down heavy and slowly roll your spine all the way up to standing tall. When you get to the top, roll your shoulders. Soften through your face. Take a couple breaths. Just notice you're still here, you're making it. All right. So, next posture, we will be balancing, this time just on one leg. So do your best, and I'm going to show kind of a progression into the shape. So warrior 3 is what we're practicing. Hands can come to heart center. We'll start here and begin to shift your weight into your right foot. Just noticing how much your weight is pressing down to the heel of your foot or towards the front, and try to even that out. Now, your left foot is going to just gently step behind you. And from here, imagine that already from your back leg through your torso, all the way up through the crown of your head, you're creating one straight line. This will be the goal of the shape. So, if you're working towards balance, or today it's an issue, just start to tilt your upper body forward. No need to even lift your toe off the mat. But when you'd like to try, your back foot will lift up and continue moving in one long line. So your upper body only lowers so far as your leg lifts. Possibly you get to parallel, but no need to go all the way there. Make sure where you've chosen to land, you can breathe. And just do your best. If you wobble, you smile, you hop back in. Only playfulness. Now pull your low belly towards your spine. Core work, holding for 3. Coming out as slowly as possible in 2 and 1. Slowly start to stand all the way up. Coming back to neutral. Now shake out your right leg. Get some movement, shake out through your whole body. Nice job. Okay. Hands at heart center. This is one of many variations that you could do with the arms in this shape. So if you know of another, feel free to play around. We're moving to the left side. So left foot starts to get the weight of your body. And when you're ready, your right foot can gently slide back. And take a few moments, there's no rush. For me as a teacher, One of the most common things I see is that when students rush into shapes, they are way more likely to fall out. So take your time. Core is engaged from the very beginning. Make your way into the pose. Stopping when you find your sweet spot, your long line. Now in this shape, the goal is the hips are facing down towards the mat. You may feel that your right hip wants to open up and lift. Do your best to close that off. It'll take a little bit more muscle engagement in the hip. You might notice your core needs to work harder. These are all good things. Now straighten your right leg in the air. Find a smile, especially if you need to release some seriousness. You've got this. We're holding for 3. Coming out slowly in 2 and 1. Nice job. Shake out the left leg. Relax your arms. Take a few moments. All right, good work. Now, next inhale, reach up, full body stretch. Exhale, move nice and slow, long spine as you lower down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, your flow. All right, take an inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to your left elbow, maybe even higher on the arm. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale and lift. Exhale, knee towards your nose. This time step your foot at the front of your mat. Move it forward till it gets there if you need. And then gently drop your back knee down. Both hands will come to the inside of your foot and start to walk your foot over for lizard pose. We'll be here for about 4 more deep breaths. So maybe you let your eyes close. You really check in with the depth of your breath, where it's at this point of the practice. All the while releasing tension in the hips, listening to your body. If it gets too intense and it's causing pain, you ease out of the shape. All right, deep breath in. Exhale out. Now keep your right foot where it is. Start to lift your upper body if you had lowered, maybe even tenting on the fingertips. That's what I'm doing. My back toes will tuck under, lifting my back knee. And from here, just do your best to step all the way to the front. So feet are wide. You can turn your toes to face totally forward. And we'll be in this slightly wide-legged forward fold for just a little bit. So find some movement if you'd like. Your knees can definitely bend, letting your spine lengthen even more. All right, I'll turn to face towards you. From this wide-legged stance, turn your toes slightly out and lower down gently into Malasana, or yogi squat it's sometimes called. Malasana is its Sanskrit name. Now, hands are at heart center and elbows are pressing to your inner thighs or by your knees. So this is a stretch for the hips. If your heels are lifted, that is common if you've got some tension. Don't worry about it as long as it isn't causing you pain. Just do your best to stay as long as you can. Eyes closed. Now notice if you're dumping all your weight down into your hips. Try to lengthen your spine up, open your chest. One more deep breath. As you exhale, you can bring your hands down to the mat, then gently lift your hips up. Walk your feet in, and on an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Hands plant, step back to plank pose. You can travel through a flow if you'd like, or skip it. Follow your breath. Inhales for a back bend. Exhales to down dog. All right. Inhale, left leg lifts. Core work. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale and lift. Exhale, knee towards your nose, footsteps to the front eventually. And then when you're ready, back knee can lower down. All right, both hands to the inside. Walk your foot over towards the left side of the mat. Lizard pose. Your hands can stay planted here with your upper body lifted. If you've got blocks or you've got books or something you're using, you could lower your forearms down onto something for a little bit more rest in the shoulders. Find what is most comfortable for you, even though you may still experience some challenge or discomfort in the stretch. A few more breaths. Start to lift your upper body if it was lowered. Tuck your back toes under. Back knee lifts. Another try at stepping all the way to the front. Toes face forward. Shake it out a little bit. Find some movement. You can walk your feet closer together if that feels better. We'll eventually bring the feet all the way to touch, but take a few more moments. All right, now bring your feet all the way together as close as you can. And from here, tent your fingertips, lift your heels, and start to lower down. We're in a toe stand. So this will be our final balancing posture, and the rest of our class is going to be short and just a more relaxed finishing up. So you've done it. Heels are lifted. You can keep your hands here. Maybe with time you lift one hand to your heart, and maybe you eventually lift another. Do your best. Balance does not have to show up for you today, so be patient with yourself and with your practice. Even if you had this pose last time you tried and now today it's not showing up the same, it's all good. These are lessons that we are kind of forced into learning in our yoga practices. If you can, stay for another breath or two. Smile on your face if you're scowling. And then do your best to gently come back out through a forward fold. From here, one more halfway lift. Exhale and release. Plant your hands, step back. Final flow if you'd like to take one. All right, from here, just bend your knees and lower them down to the mat. Swing your legs around. And with your legs out in front of you, Final little core work if you want to throw it in. Keep the soles of your feet down, arms out here, and just slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, start to lower down. Do your best. And eventually come down to rest. We will do one more hip opener and then a twist before finishing up our practice. So lying down here, soles of the feet on the mat, lift your right foot up and cross your right ankle over onto your left thigh. So your knee is pressing out to the side. From here, if you feel enough sensation, you can stay. If you'd like to feel more, we're going for a stretch kind of on the outside of the right hip. You can reach and grab onto your left thigh and pull your thigh closer to you. Now we'll hold for about 6 breaths. Let your eyes close. Notice how your body feels. Your heartbeat starting to slow down. Relaxing what you can. Soften your face. And take one more deep inhale. And exhale. From here, release your grip on your left thigh. Gently lower your foot down if it was lifted and uncross. All right. Left side, lift your left foot. Cross your ankle over your right thigh. And pull yourself into the right amount of sensation for you. If you're holding on to your right thigh, your arms are a bit active, but see if you can still relax your shoulders down. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Each exhale, letting go of tension in the physical body, maybe tension in the mind starts to release. One more deep breath. And gently lower your leg down, uncross. From here, final posture I will take you through is a twist. So pull your knees in towards your chest. And from here, start to let your knees go over to the left, rolling onto your left hip. Pull yourself a little bit back in space so that your spine is lengthened down your mat. And reach your right arm out. If you've got the space, let yourself take it up. And the goal in this twist is to keep both shoulders down. So no worries if your legs don't actually come down to rest on the left side of you. If they're hovering, that is okay. And for more connection to your breath, maybe you bring your left hand to your belly. And take 2 more rounds. When those are complete, gently engage your core and start to come back through center. Give your knees, your legs a squeeze in. And gently let your legs fall over to the right side, onto your right hip, spine is down the mat, left arm reaches out long. And rest as much as possible. Your body does not have to work hard while it's here. You're letting your spine gently twist. Your belly breathe in and expand. And once again, if it works for you or it connects with you, you may bring your right hand to your belly. Relax the muscles in your legs. And take 2 more deep breaths. When you're ready to come back to center, gently engage your core. Give your legs one final squeeze. And I'd highly encourage you let your limbs go long, feet as wide as the mat, arms out to your sides, palms face up. And let yourself have some time to rest. You may even pause this video or just stay longer after I say goodbye. And soak in all of your hard work that you just put in. Thank you for joining me today for this Vinyasa flow. I appreciate having others practice with me. So if you have any questions on postures we did or more suggestions of things you'd like to see, please do reach out. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening to my cat meow halfway through and probably the traffic outside my window. I appreciate bringing you into my home. So if you're having a seat or maybe at the end of your practice, you bring hands to heart center and say namaste. Until next time.